For a closer look, let's bring in NewsNation national security contributor Tracy Walder, a former CIA officer and FBI special agent. Tracy, it's good to see you. I wish we could be talking about something a little bit lighter. Obviously, this is a violent day, a violent report to have to speak with you about everything that's unfolding there in Stockton. Authorities now saying that this could be a targeted attack. They're saying that they're now looking for multiple shooters. What does that mean to you when you consider that this was actually a birthday party where the shooting went down? Do you think Jorge's onto anything by really pressing the sheriff there about whether or not this might be gang related?
Well, thank you for having me, Alex. Yes, he absolutely could be onto something. I immediately thought that this was targeted. If you look at where this occurred, yes, it's a banquet hall, but it is a banquet hall in the middle of almost like a strip mall where there are multiple businesses. And so that told me that the person or persons that went there to that location with a purpose. Also, based on what I am reading, it sounds like the shooting took place in essentially two different locations. There was shooting inside of the banquet hall, and then individuals that tried to leave, unfortunately, were shot at from the outside. So that absolutely indicates to me that there are multiple shooters.
Looks like as if right now this is an ongoing investigation. Obviously, it's a manhunt, and that obviously calls into question whether or not the public should be considered safe at this time without these actual perps within custody. Within this investigation, they're obviously searching for evidence. We're told that a firearm that was used was found on a rooftop that was adjacent to the building. So really, what are these investigators doing? What clues are they looking for to try to catch these people and put the public at ease?
So I think the biggest thing is there are other businesses around this facility. So I think their CCTV, Ring doorbell cameras, those kinds of things are actually going to be very, very efficient here. Also, it's actually not that far from the 5 freeway. With folks who aren't from California, that's a major Northwest thoroughfare. And so that tells me they are really tracing these individuals. I suspect they went on the 5. They are tracking their movement. I also think, too, because this is targeted, they are interviewing very quickly every single parent and adult that was at that party, trying to figure out what the motive was there.
Yeah, if it's a targeted shooting, if these people knew each other, certainly somebody's got to have information. Tracy, just really quickly, I'm always amazed that people feel as if they can get away with it. Like you pointed out, that this is next to the 5 freeway. We live in a day and age where everyone's got cameras. Why does it sometimes take a long time to find people when it is happening in Stockton, California, just south of the actual capital of the state, where there are cameras everywhere, where there are a bunch of eyes everywhere, when we have the latest and greatest technology for officers to use?
That's a really good question, Alex. And I think just what you said actually answers it. There's almost too much, if that makes any sense at all. And that takes a lot of time to go through. That's why the FBI has also been brought in as well. That's almost always why they're brought in on these city-wide cases, is to help go through all of that data. That's why it takes a long time.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's part of the reason probably why the sheriff is hesitant to start putting out information right away. He doesn't want to foul up the investigation.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.